Hi guys, it's Kennedy and welcome to Brave the Battles channel. Sorry if I look a little bit tired today. I've kind of had a long week, but part of that long week was actually a great blessing. So if you don't know, this past Friday was actually Brave the Battles' third gospel sharing event. And it was the second time that it started to rain during one of our gospel sharing events. So I do not like the rain at all. And I live in California where no one is used to the rain at all. So every time it rains, it kind of sends us all into, oh, are we doing this? Are we not? Are we going to go through with this? Should we plan it for a different day? But honestly, every single time, both times, a whole 2 times, I've been like, you know what? I don't like the rain, but I'm going to go out and try to share the gospel anyway, just because it's an obstacle that I don't want to get in my way. So I ended up just saying, you know what, we're just going to do this. We're just going to go and we're going to share the gospel. So I showed up at this shopping mall, and a couple of my friends had actually showed up early. And so they were there and I was there, and when we were waiting for others to show up, but there had been a little bit of a lull in the rain, but it still wasn't really stopped. And a lot of people just didn't show up. So I had a few other friends that showed up, and we ended up having a great time, but it was definitely one of the first obstacles was that a large part of our group just didn't end up showing up, and a lot of them were for good reasons. So things didn't quite work out, except for I feel like things did work out in the end because God knew what we needed in that time. So we ended up splitting up into small groups and going out in the mall, and we had these gospel tract candy bags. So we would go and we'd hand them out, and as we felt led, we would try to talk and engage in conversations with people. So the conversations were pretty good. I had a few, and I know some of my other friends had a few, and some of them were really, really amazing conversations. I spoke with this one guy who classifies himself as gay, and the church hadn't treated him very kindly and helped him through that, but he finds comfort in reading the Bible. So we ended up having a great conversation with him, and I'm pretty sure that he left that he would think about what one of my other friends were telling him. Another conversation I had was with a mother and daughter who had actually never heard the gospel before. It's actually crazy to think that some people, especially in the United States, I don't know how it necessarily is on other parts of the world, but especially in the United States where we're founded on God, it's crazy to think that some people have just never heard the gospel before. It's actually just wild to me. So I ended up sharing the gospel with them, and they absolutely took what we were saying to heart. And the mother had her daughter write down in her notes the book of the Bible that we were suggesting, which is John. We suggested for them to go through John together. So it was just an amazing conversation, an amazing time. But the third person that we talked to, she was probably the most well formulated in what she thought about the Bible. She actually said, when we asked her, that she believes in a little bit of everything. So it's kind of like, instead of trying to talk somebody, showing them that there is a God exists, it's like trying to narrow down hundreds of different gods and hundreds of different religions. So it was definitely one of the more thought-provoking conversations I've ever had. Thankfully, one of my friends was there with me, and so we were able to work with each other on that. So we'll end up talking about later how me and my friend ended up talking to these people specifically, but please be praying for, just pray as an overall prayer for those whose lives were touched, and even those whose hearts are still hardened to the word. There were many, many, many people who we were rejected by, and many, many, many people who did not really want to listen, and that's just just part of going out there and doing that, but we do need to keep those people in prayer. So it was a great time all together. We got to fellowship with one another, and it was a very special time to share with each other. Sharing the gospel brings people together in the church like I have not seen before. It really makes you feel like you're a team and working together. So that's why at Brave the Battle, we really want to formulate that team. We want to give you a team and as a helpful resource. So you can check out bravethebattle.com, and we have challenges every single week that will help you put feet to your faith and will help you live for Jesus more and more. But you also grow together with me and with the team and with other amazing people all around the world, and we will be able to share the gospel and make an impact for Christ together. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you join us, and I hope to see you over at Brave the Battle soon.